Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Friday, December 8th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's gonna open in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a couple things here to update. And we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Looks good. A few more things down here. Good. All right, looks like we are good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. There. All right, looks like we are good to go. So let me go ahead and start market liquidity over here. Let's move this over. Sorry guys, I'm starting a little late today because I was answering a bunch of questions in the chat. So let me just get this going on over here. Lost track of time, of course. All right, I got that marked up over to the 8-hour. I'm just gonna market the ones that are close to price. There's no need for me to go too far out because price is not gonna go that far down. 1 hour, 30-minute. I don't even think price will go this far. Markup anyways. 15. 10, and we're good. All right, guys. So good morning, everybody. Today's Friday, December 8th. It is 6:28 right now. Market's gonna open up shortly. I've marked up liquidity here for you guys. You guys have the levels right here. Closest to price. You can see the closest level is gonna be right here at 36,515 for a buy and 36,435 for a sell. So we got a buy area right here. This might get hit pre-market. And you got a possible sell down here that might also get hit pre-market. We got that marked up there. Let's go over to our clean chart. Clean this up. Markup 6:30. Markup 8 o'clock. See if there's any levels over here on the 4-hour time frame. Oops. All right. So we got a couple levels right here marked up. Price is currently at the 1-hour support. So it's bouncing off the support right now. Let's go over to our clean chart. Obviously, you guys know it's NFP today, so some crazy movement in the market. So we had news at pretty much 5:30 and 6 o'clock. So obviously, you guys can see the crazy spike right there from NFP. News right here at 5:30. And then 6 o'clock. right next to it. All right, guys, market is now open. We'll see what happens here shortly as price continues to move along. News right there at 5:30, 6 o'clock. The opening price right here. Obviously, you want to wait for market to kind of stabilize a bit before you decide to take anything, especially on a day like this, guys. For one, it's Friday. For two, it's NFP, and it's the end of NFP. So obviously, you're going to get some crazy movement here. So here's the thing. If you get a strong green candle, that's going to be the breakout V1. If you guys are looking to take the V1, we're not going to have any V2s or V3s anytime soon. We're going to be waiting for, momentum to kind of push in a direction before we can do that. But yeah, if you're looking for a breakout V1, if you get a strong green candle here, you'd already have a buy signal here. So if you have a strong green candle, that's going to be the entry point for the breakout V1. You'll probably see that price has trouble getting past these sessions up here and opening price, which is normal. You can see right there, price came up, rejected directly off the sessions, and now it's coming right back down, which again is completely fine. But again, you want to wait for the market to kind of stabilize a bit before you start looking to take anything here, because there's so much stuff that can happen after this NFP movement. We have more news coming up at 7 o'clock. It's high impact Michigan consumer sentiment. So you want to be on the lookout for that as well. 7 o'clock right there. All right, so as you guys can see, price is rejecting directly off the support, and it's also rejecting directly off the sessions. So it's basically in a range right now for the most part. Once this high here has been established, I'll draw another zone, and you guys can see the you can see how price is kind of bouncing between these two areas. Because there's actually a resistance right here, the 1 minute resistance. And that's going to help you understand where price is ranging. But price is pretty much in a pretty heavy range right now as it continues to go sideways. All right, so let's see who's here so far. Morning, Kevin. Morning, Ryan, Craig, Kenny, Camo, everyone, Daniel. Camo said price has been in the same place every morning this week. Yeah, no, I can see that. NFP usually does that to the market, so it's nothing out of the it's not irregular. It's something that typically happens. So for us, yeah, it's kind of normal to see it there. There was a point where we were market opening price for like a whole week or for a couple weeks, and price was just around that area for like the entire month. So it's pretty normal for it to be around there. For NFP, it's even more normal because price will get manipulated to the upside, come back down, manipulated back up. And then right before NFP, it gets dropped down before it shoots right back up. So right here, it did the opposite. Price was kind of going up, pushed down for NFP, and now it came right back up. So it usually does that. It stays within a pretty big range. So if this candle here closes as a big or a strong green candle, guys, again, this is going to be the breakout V1. I'm not going to take this trade here. I will follow it for you guys, but I'm not going to take it as long as it closes properly. The wick on top is a little too big. Yeah, so I wouldn't take that as a breakout. You need something with little to no wick on top because that's going to show that it has strong momentum in that direction, and it's going to show that it's probably going to keep pushing that direction for X amount of time. So still no entry there for the breakout. And we'll just continue to watch here. Price just keeps going back and forth between this range. So it looks like the zone's probably been established by now. So it's now in the upper zone right here, which is going to be considered the 1 hour or 1 minute resistance level. So this is the 1 minute resistance level, and then we have the 4 hour up here. It's pretty close. Yeah, we got that right there. So we'll see if price continues to, push around this area. There's no entries for us to take here right now. So here goes the breakout entry right here, guys. If you guys are looking to take the breakout, I'm not going to take it here because it's in this manipulated area. You see where the sessions are right here. That's exactly where price bounced off on open. So price kind of pushed up right here on open, came right back down super hard, and now it's back at this area. But this would be considered the breakout entry if anybody was looking to take it. I'm not going to take it, but we'll follow it. Again, just a reminder, I'm not in this position. We're just following it because that is the breakout V1. Let's see. Craig said, Sean, you check daily on from for restrictions on trading news on FTMO? Not really, because I don't really trade news. So for the most part, no. And usually our entries come once the restriction is over. Like if we do the news correction. So I don't really look at it because I'm not in a trade during news time. I already know the risk that comes with it. So, I know and I understand why FTMO does that, because they don't want people to be taking like risky trades. So for me personally, I don't really check news ever on FTMO. I don't think the only time I check it on FTMO is if someone brings it up, but I've never really looked at their economic calendar because I already know it's high impact and I usually don't trade around that time. Yeah, no problem, Craig. Yeah, it's it just becomes habit. Like once you lost a couple of trades from trading high impact news, you're like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. And you kind of learn your lesson. So I've traded news before and I've gotten lucky, and I've also lost trades. So at this point, I just don't trade it during those times because it just turned into luck when you trade high impact news events. Um, Sam's asking, what do you think that of the massive gap on open, Sean? Are you talking about this one right here? Or are you talking about the one from Asia session? Because this is just a new contract. It's not really a gap. It's just it changed contracts. So the market was closed for a bit. It shifts. Yeah. So this isn't a gap right here. It just shifted in a different contract. Because if you are familiar with the contracts, they shift from March, June, September, and December. So it's just a new contract. I think a lot of people think this is a gap, but it's just a new contract. It shift from different. It's not. Nothing happened. They're just changing contracts because this is a continuous. So if you're trading on YM1, this is a continuous contract. This thing just it latches on. So like this is a September contract, and then now we're shifting over to the December. But if you're trading the actual contract, like if you're trading on Trade-O-Vate or something like that, you have to use the actual contract. So right now, I think the contract is YMZ. So if you look over here, there's different contracts. There's YMZ, YMH, YMM, YMU. Right now, we're currently in YMZ, which is December. So it just switched over. I think that's kind of what is Alan here right now. So I think Alan was kind of asking about that too. YM is the only contract that you can use. There's no YM contract. So I think Alan, in the Discord, you were asking about this, how your price was different. I don't know if that's what you were referring to, but the gap that you referred to here wasn't really a gap. It's just the contract, the asset was closed for a while and then it reopened. So there's that difference there. Yeah, gotcha, Alan. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with your chart. It's a switching contract. The contract shift happens in March, June or July, September, and then December. So yeah, no, we've been confused about that in the past. And I didn't realize that until recently once we started trading on Trade-O-Vate, because we had to use different contracts on that specific platform. All right, so the breakout's still technically running if anybody's in it. I'm not in the position myself. You can see prices currently in the 1 minute resistance level. It's having trouble getting past this area, which is also going to be where the sessions are and opening price. So it's just a big area of manipulation right there. It's having trouble getting past. Kevin's asking, sorry, I believe we're in YMZ right now, Kevin. So let me see. Yeah, we were in, okay, so June. So we were in YMM and now we're in YMZ. Or actually, I don't know. Maddie says we're in YMH. Sorry, I don't know. I'm not on Trade-O-Vate anymore, so I'm not sure what the okay, yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, here's where it kind of shifts. We went from YMZ because I remember we were in YMZ when I was still trading on Trade-O-Vate, and then now we're in YMH because we're going into the March contract. So we just ended December contract. We're now in March contract. Okay, thanks, Maddie, for confirming that. All right, so we got this right here with a sell signal Camo is asking if we're going to take this V3 sell. I'm probably not going to take it, Camo, because if it does come down further, it's going to have to cut into this red flag area right here. Right. So I'm probably not going to take it if it comes up. Because if we get any type of drop, it's going to have to cut into this whole bottom area right here. So I'm not going to take that sell. It doesn't look like it's going to close. What I hope we get here is we get a switch back up. So we have a sell signal here, and then we have the correction back up. I think that's what I'll be looking for. Personally, I'll be looking for the buy. So now we have a pending buy signal. At this point, now I'll probably be looking for the trade to the upside, because it'll be in conjunction with the breakout over here. So we'll have confluences there. We'll have breakout V1 as a confluence. We can be setting up for the breakout V3. We can also be setting up for a couple other entries here as well. There's a bullish trend here. So if you guys are looking to take the high-low scalps, there is a possibility right there as well. So we got price kind of climbing up here a little bit. The original breakout is now in profit. Let's see if this here climbs up higher. All right, let's see. So the breakout is now running in profit. We currently have, so if we get a green candle right here, this would be the V3. There's going to be a lot of confluences here. So if this ends up closing green right here, which I hope it does, if it closes green, we'll have a couple confluences, because we'll have the breakout V3, we'll have the high-low scalp, and then it'll also be following the breakout over here. So there's a couple confluences there if price does come back up. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle, and we'll see how far it pushes up from here. So this would be considered the high-low scalp entry. As price pushes higher, it'll be a high-low scalp right there. And then also it'll be a breakout V3 right there. So I'm in the position right now, guys. I actually got in a little earlier. I got in when it cut down here from this earlier area. I'm probably going to ride it up to the sessions or close to it. I'm just going to manually pull out, or I'll probably pull out over here at the 100 pip mark. I'll see where I can pull out from, because there's just so many different, there's a bunch of different entries that are currently running right now. If this here closes with the second green candle, it's going to be a breakout V2. So there's actually going to be 3 breakouts running alongside each other. I got in a little earlier around this lower area right here. I'll probably ride it up a little bit closer to the sessions, and I'll probably manually pull out, because it's going to be a risky area once it pushes up a little higher, once it gets to that point. So let's see. There goes, price pushes up higher, and I'm going to manually pull out right here. I'm out. Fuck yeah. I locked in 5,000 off that trade. Okay, that was fucking nice. There's so many confluences. There's no reason for me not to take the trade. Yeah, because this area right here, I would have been worried that it would have bounced off this session. So as soon as it pushed up, I got out. So I got in super low, guys, like right here. When the candle closed before this one, I was like, okay, there's so many confluences here. And this was just an A+ trade. Like this trade was like an S+ trade. It was so perfect, right? We had the breakout V2. Now we got a breakout breakout V2, breakout V3. We had a high-low scalp. We had a target price point, which was the sessions right there. And that's where I decided to pull out. So I kind of gave you guys a heads up. If you guys are still holding on to it, you're still in some massive profits. The breakout V3 is still running right here. The breakout V1 already hit full TP. And then on top of that, the breakout V2 is still running too right here. The breakout V2 is actually 25-25 move. Breakout V3 full TP. So breakout V1 full TP, breakout V3 full TP, breakout V2 on its way to full TP, high-low scalp full TP. There's a lot of entries here that came up. I locked in 5,060 off that. So, when you guys have all these confluences, you'll see that a lot of our entries here, like the strategies, they line up with each other. So that's why you don't really have to look for much. That's why I always tell you guys, focus on two strategies, because if you focus on two, it's probably going to line up with another strategy. So we had the high-low scalp right here. That was one. The breakout V1 that was already running, breakout V3 that came up after the second green candle, and then breakout V2 that came up right here as well. So pretty solid move there. Let's see, Randy's asking if there's a momentum pullback scalp that's setting up. Yeah, possibly. Let me see what the levels are at. Sorry, my chart's super messy right now. I can't even see what's going on. Yeah, it already filled. I don't know if you caught it, Randy. Yeah, it already hit. There's too much stuff on my chart here that I couldn't really see where the line was at. But yeah, if anybody took the momentum pullback scalp, it was again right there. We had this red candle pull down. Entry would have happened at this level here at the 30 mark, and then it would have filled immediately and went straight to TP. So if you guys took that, amazing work, guys. Yeah, this is a pretty good setup. This setup was just perfect for anything that came up for a buy. There's a pivot scalp right here as well. So there's I think maybe 6 to 8 strategies that came up here. Breakout 1, 2, 3, high-low scalp, pivot scalp, momentum pullback scalp. That's 6 entries. The breakout V2 is about to hit full TP right here. So if you guys are still in it, I mean, this is a huge move. If you held onto it from down here, you could have took it for a quick, 500 pips almost. I caught it for about 300, but it was only because it was at the sessions. I was afraid of the red flag. So another full TP right there, guys. Damn, that's crazy. So 4 entries right here on this chart. Breakout V1, 2, and 3. Pivot scalp. Momentum pullback scalp. All directly up. So, all right, guys. Other than that, man, there's a lot of entries here to kind of identify. So let me copy this real quick. I'll just, for my specific trade, I'll count it as the V3. Because that's kind of what I was looking to take anyways. So I'll count it as a V3. There's a lot of entries that came up though, so it's not just a V3. I'll add a note here too, so that you guys can have an idea if you guys want to go back and review it. Full TP on the breakout V3. I'm only going to count one trade, guys. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I don't need to add it with a bunch of wins on one day when I only took one of the trades. Additional entries that hit, breakout V1, breakout V2. So if you guys want to look back at this markup, you guys will be able to see, all the entries that came up. So there was about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 entries that kind of lined up around the same area. I only took it for the breakout V3. I could count all of these if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. There's no need for me to do that. You guys will see my profits will reflect massively on this trade here. Wow, today's a pretty good day for me. And then also we had liquidity over here as well. If you guys take the liquidity push, 2 liquidity pushes right there, full TP. Yeah, today's pretty great. I mean, this whole week's great. So if you guys remember on Monday, I told you guys that if we have a good Monday or Tuesday, it's probably going to be great all week, right? This week's been amazing. We haven't had a week like this in a long time because the market's been ranging for the most part. Everything's been hitting every single day this week. Yeah, it's crazy. NFP week was fire this week. Last week it was kind of slow. I think we had a couple trades, but there's a lot of back and forth. But yeah, for the most part, let me take a screenshot of my profits here. Everybody did pretty good. So solid work, guys. And that's the key of patience, right? So I always tell you guys, when you guys have something down, or you guys have a strategy or a type of a trading style that you like, you just got to stick to it. Don't change things up. Eventually the market's going to come your way. And yeah, it paid out this week, sure. Dang, I have crazy profits for the whole. Damn, this is nuts. I'm looking at my profits for the month. My profits are crazy for the month, guys. I don't know why my profits are kind of messed up though. So I will, I think it's because I had to switch a couple accounts out. But I'll take a screenshot of this here. The profits for the month aren't really gonna reflect all my profits. I think because I had some account changes that I need to make. So it doesn't show all my profits here. It just shows a couple of them because I got a payout and then I had to change some of my accounts here. So some of my profits don't show all the profits on the month, but for the week and the day, they're correct. It's just for the month, they're kind of messed up for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the profits for the month, they just don't show my complete profits. There's no other entries right now, guys. I'm gonna clean this up. It's too messy. So I'll take everything off right now. There's not gonna be any momentum pullback scalps anytime soon. We gotta wait for price to pull back. There's no high-low scalps or anything like that to come up because you gotta wait for price to pull back. There's just nothing up right now. Price broke out of the one minute resistance and 4-hour resistance level. It's now pushing up higher, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll just continue watching here to see when price finally pulls back. But at the moment, not really much for us to look at here. So here are my profits. Man, my profits are crazy for this whole time. I had an account change during let me just fix this picture a little bit. I'm gonna cut it down. It's too big. Yeah, because sometimes when you get your payout, they give you a new account. I think because they're moving new servers, with whatever's happening with MT4 right now. If you guys are familiar with that, MT4 is kind of going haywire with a lot of brokers. So anyways, here are my profits so far. So these are my profits for the day. Locked in 900 on my funded engineer. My FTMO locked in 2,830. My second FTMO locked in 5,060. My third FTMO locked in 5,560. My personal account locked in, or this is my funded engineer number 2. I locked in a total profit of 652. This is my personal account locked in 825. My TFF locked in 2,666. And then my second TFF, same thing, 2,666. So these are my profits for the day, profits for the week, and profits for the month. The week's crazy right now. I had to change my accounts for the month, like in the middle of the month, like early December, because they gave me new accounts during my payout. And that's why these profits are a little less, because it's not counting, I don't know, it's not counting everything or whatever. They just reset my account or something like that. So it's not showing all my profits here for the month, but you guys can see here, it's pretty close. It's like missing one day of profits, basically. Yeah, it's been crazy. So, man, what a great NFP week for us. I think everybody here is doing great. We had a couple people pass their challenges. I think Kenneth passed like his top step. Felix passes FTMO. Craig passes FTMO. Damn, it's pretty solid. Yeah, exactly. Randy said, damn, great way to start the last month of 2023. Yeah, exactly. No, it's been great, guys. It's been solid. I mean, we've been waiting for this because we haven't had, like, if you guys have seen my profits for like the past couple months, they've been kind of sluggish. I mean, they're decent profits, but they're not what I'm used to during this time of the year. So other than that, we're going to continue looking for any possible entries here. That's about to be 7 o'clock right here. We have news at 7 o'clock. We'll see what happens when that plays out. Let me check the news. It's consumer sentiment, so it's going to be high impact. We can probably apply the news correction strategy. Personally, I don't know if I want to take any more trades, guys. I'm pretty happy with my profits for today and for the week so far and for the month. So I'll call out some trades here. I'll tell you if they're risky or not. But I think for me personally, I might just sit out. I'm pretty happy with what I did for the day. Yeah, just adding on my profits real quick. Let's see. So for the day so far, 917, 2830, 5060, 5560, 652, 825, 2663. I'm up 21,000 for the day. So this is why I don't really need to trade anymore for today. Because I'm pretty happy with making 21K in one day, right? There's no need for me to force anything at this time. So I'll look for some entries here. And then, if I see something good, the other thing is that it's NFP right now. So this is NFP day. It's like one of the most manipulated days of the month. And that's why I don't want to get caught in some fake outs or manipulation. Because if I lose one trade here, I'm probably going to give away like almost half of my profit. So that's why I'm going to be a little more cautious with what I decide to take. You just got to be consistent, and you got to be disciplined, and you got to understand when to stop. Because I know it's like for some of you guys, if you make a lot of profit like that, some of you guys want to keep going, right? You get greedy. You make like 1,000 or 2,000. You're like, oh, I want to make 5,000 today. And then what happens? You revenge trade, you overtrade, and then you end up losing it all. So I think the key thing with discipline is understanding, when you've had your day for the most part. Because you can see right here, this is going to be a little tricky. See how price pushed up at this point? We might get a heavy correction down now, or we might not, right? We might get a heavy correction down, or you might get faked out, and price might continue climbing up from here. So we got news coming up in a bit, so just hold off on this here. There was an entry right here for a V3 sell. I don't know if you decided to take it, Camo, but it's really close to news, so I personally would have not taken it myself, and it's kind of close to the sessions right there. I think you could have gotten in and out. Yeah, you could have gotten in and out right before I got to the sessions, but it's a bit of a risk. Yeah, as price pulls back down this area, it's going to be a little risky because you have opening price, you have sessions right there, you have another sessions down below here, you have deuce price, and you can see exactly where this candle right here bounced off, directly off the sessions. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So Camo said this candle is actually green on MT4. So Felix had a question earlier. I don't know if you got it fixed, Felix. So for the sessions indicator, some of you guys don't have these tabs right here. I didn't have the tabs there before. I just turned them on. So you have this option right here. If you right click on your chart and you go to your settings, go down to indicators and financial names, click on that there. It'll if it's unchecked off, it's not going to show there. If you click on this here, it'll show the labels for the indicator. And that's how you turn it on, Felix, if you're looking to fix that. For your times, I don't think there's anything that you need to change. Felix is also asking about the sessions, like if his times are off. Just use the default settings and you should be fine. I don't think it matters what time zone you're in because it's just gonna, so for example, right here, see how this is right here at 36,539. Let me just change this real quick. So like Casablanca, it doesn't matter, right? It's the same thing. Time changes, but the sessions are at the same place, Felix. So I don't think it matters what time zone you put. The price will still be there because it's set to my time zone, or not my time zone, but the actual time zone. That pretty much the setting should be set to. Let's see. Andrew said people are hopping onto the sell. Let's check the sentiment real quick. Sentiment is currently 79% short. This indicates that 79% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So you typically want to do the opposite and buy. I think it goes hand in hand with what we're looking at anyways. Looking over here at the fundamentals, fundamentals are currently neutral right now. News event is coming up in about 20 seconds. Let's see what happens here. Oh, gotcha, Felix. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for you to fix it. So yeah, it's perfect. All right, looks like, let's see if there's anything else here for us to look at. Yeah, Nick said with the market sentiment being the way it was earlier this morning. I had a feeling buys would be where it's at for the day. Yeah, no, definitely, Nick. Yeah, Barack too. Huge candle right here, guys. Huge candle right there. All right, so the news was positive. So we can't really trade the news correction because it went in the direction that it was supposed to. So the high impact news right here was positive. Price here spiked up super heavily. We can't trade the news correction because the news correction is when price goes the opposite, right? So it's all good. I mean, price went where it was supposed to go. It went up. I would probably hold off on any V3 continuations right here because it's probably going to retrace. Yeah, C6 said, wow, sucks for the sellers. Yeah, Maddie said stopped out the sellers with news. Andrew said death by news. Imagine selling. News Reaper. Yeah, it's gonna suck for these people who are on the sell side because they're getting wiped out. It just went down 1%. So it was at 79%. It's now at 78. A bunch of them just got stopped out. I don't know who could survive a big move like this unless you're like swing trading, which most people are swing trading, but geez, that's a 700 pip spike right there. It's crazy. Well, Maddie said, oh man, the sellers are gonna have a shitty weekend. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I typically don't go with sentiment, guys. You don't want to do what everybody else is doing. Everybody's trying to catch the top. Top's not going to happen. So here's the thing, like this is a thing that kind of trips me out, is that there's a bunch of sellers here and they're still selling, like the number went up again. So the crazy thing with this is that the market is usually bullish, and you can see it's changing. It goes between 78 and 79 because they keep getting stopped out. But yeah, the I don't know, the market's typically bullish in December. So it's kind of crazy to see that there's so many people on the sell side. I think because price is at an all-time high. So if you look at the weekly chart, price is at an all-time high, right? I think just because price is at the all-time high, people are getting suckered into catching this as a double top. But people didn't learn. Like if you guys remember during COVID, like you guys remember during COVID right here, right? People were selling because it was at an all-time high right here. But all throughout COVID, price just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. So that's why I've learned to never go with sentiment, because the retail trader is always going to be wrong for the most part. So you have to think the opposite, because the same situation here is happening. Like price is at an all-time high and people are like, oh, we're going to recession. There's no way price can go higher. Like, trust me, price can go higher. The same thing happened during COVID. We thought the same thing. We're like, market was going to crash. And it hit an all-time high, and then every week is all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. And it's the same thing that's happening right now. So if you guys have been trading with me over the past couple of years, I don't really care if it's at an all-time high. Like a lot of people trip out because they're like, oh, it's too high, it has to come down. I'm like, no, price can keep going up because we've been trading this for years and we've been caught in that trap where we thought it has to come down. But when realistically, it just keeps climbing up higher and higher. The market's all manipulated, guys, whether people want to believe it or not. Using basic logic, you would expect, okay, price is so high, we're going to recession, inflation is high, interest rates are up, economy sucks, price should be going down, right? That's what logic is supposed to say. But realistically, logic doesn't really matter here, because whatever the institutions and market makers want to do, they'll continue doing. Another thing too that's coming up is, so if you guys remember from the Powell speech, he mentioned that they plan on lowering interest rates, right? Lowering interest rates is not going to be good for the middle class. It's good for the rich, because it's going to be cheap money for the rich. So you should probably expect price to continue climbing up and like into the new year, because if interest rates drop, they're not necessarily good for majority of people. They're good for just the rich, because they're just going to keep buying up all the property, buying up all the assets, and same with the market here. They're going to keep pushing price up. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of things behind the scenes that are happening that a lot of people don't realize, and you just have to run with the market. Like the market's always going to be shifting and changing, and you have to be able to adapt with it no matter what's happening in the market. And that's a good thing that you guys have me here, because I'm typically on the market every day, so I'm never behind on anything that's going on. So there's nothing else here for us right now, guys. All the liquidity pretty much got hit. There's no other liquidity that's nearby. Here's the clean chart. I'll see if there's any more structure for me to draw up here. So there's structure right here, and there's structure right here. I'll just leave this structure alone. This just looks like a fake out area anyways. Or I mean, I guess I could draw a structure there. So these are all 1 minute resistance levels. This is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. And these are all 1 minute. So price is pretty much ranging between this area right here right now. There's no entries for us to take here at the moment. Yeah, there's no momentum pullback scalps because price needs to push a bit higher. So in order for us to have a momentum pullback scalp, price needs to be up here. Yeah, Randy said there's some setups here, but damn, that looks risky. Yeah, I wouldn't trade around this area here because it's super risky. I know there's a high-low, yeah. So Randy mentioned there's a high-low scalp V2 that's currently running right now. Price broke past it, faked out. So there's technically a high-low scalp V2 if anybody's looking to take it. I don't recommend it. I think it's risky because this is based off the news candle. So news candle right here pushed price up, and then now you're getting a lot of these fake outs back and forth. So I probably would be careful with this here. What I would look for is so we already have a confluence here, right? The main confluence is going to be the high-low scalp V2. What I would look for is I would look for a sell signal to come up, whether it be valid or invalid. Look for a green buy signal to come up next, and then look for the V3 continuation. If you have that confluence there, then it's probably going to push price down slightly, come back up, and shoot right through, right? That's what you want to look for. You want to look for that late entry once you have a confluence and confirmation that price is actually going to push up. Right now, there's no confluence or confirmation because right now price is just going sideways. A lot of things can happen here. So you guys see this big green candle. This is one scenario. Price pushed up, consolidates, fills a gap, right? Fills that candle. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is the opposite. Price pushes up, fakes out right here to lure in some sellers, and comes right back up. That's what we're looking for. This is what I'm actually looking for right here. I'm okay with the small fake out and then continuation to the upside. Scenario number three is we just get a consolidation until the end of market, right? Price just ranges for the next hour. So that's another thing. There's three different scenarios there. Scenario is correction. Second scenario is continuation. Third scenario is just heavy consolidation until the end of the session. Or heavy range. Doesn't necessarily be consolidation. It could be a range. Because it looks like a range is starting to be set up here. See how there's a higher high? If there's a lower low that gets set up right here, then there's going to be two zones that are going to be established right there to create a range, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. You know, there's a lot of different scenarios here that can play out. I don't like playing in a game like that where there's just one confluence and a bunch of scenarios. Again, I'm looking for another confluence. We have one confluence here. If we have another entry that kind of sets up, then possibly, you know, possibly an opportunity to get into this. Yeah, exactly. So Camo said a sell should close a gap if a V3 happens. Yeah. So that's the thing too. If you're looking at V3s here, you can look at a V3 for a sell. Now it'll probably give you the confluence that price is going to push back down to the sessions down here. So yeah, there's a lot of different things here. You can see some people are looking for the buys here. Some people are looking for the sells. That's what the market does. It kind of tricks you and it goes back and forth until it kind of lures enough people on one side. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is at 78% short. Hasn't really changed too much since the news happened. So I think, you know, once there's enough people on one side, they'll spike price in the other direction to basically wipe them out. My guess is that they're going to spike price up because there's too many sellers in the market still. 70%. I think if this goes down to like maybe 75, then they'll stop pushing price up. But right now, there's just too many. So my guess is that price is probably going to keep climbing up higher from where it's currently at. See what else I got over here. So let's take a look at everybody's profits so far for the day. So we got Felix over here. He's on a space 2 on FTMO, total profit of 2,266. Nice work, Felix. All wins. Yeah, on your way, bro. You're almost there. I think you have like one more good trading day and you'll be funded on that account. So nice work right there, Felix. 2,000 for the day. We have Rashida, total profit of 1,116. Nice work right there, Rashida, on her TradeObate account. And then on our MT4, total profit of 850 for the day, all wins. So great work right there, Rashida. We got Kenneth here, total profit of 12 on one account. Okay, so Kenneth isn't actually trading. He's just taking trades to lock in his trading day. So he didn't actually take any actual trades there. He's just locking in trading days so he can get funded on this account. We got Barack over here, total profit of 520 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Barack. We got Craig here, sorry, Camo, total profit of 1,090 for the day. Nice work, Camo. And we got Vince here with a total profit of 620 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Vince. All right, guys, solid profits for the day so far. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Looks like the high-low scalp V2 is about to hit TP. If anybody's holding on to it, I'm not in this position. I didn't decide to take it because I thought it was a bit risky, but you can see that it is playing out pretty nicely against retail. So. Craig says, Cam, every time he calls you Craig, I want the profits, bro. I know, right? I mean, you guys are both doing great. Yeah, you're on your way, Craig, to getting your next account too. So keep it up. I know you're waiting for the new year, which is probably a good idea too. I mean, we don't know how the market's going to move next week. This is just NFP, so we have a lot of volatility. Hopefully it continues to be volatile, but if not, probably best to just sit back if you're not ready for it. Nice. Yeah, Craig said I got a good start on the funded account. I took your analysis, gained 1%. Yeah, 1% is great. Any win. So like, this is what I always tell people, right? Any day that's either break even, some profit, or even no profit, but no losses, that's always a winning day for me, right? Because if you guys can stay consistent and just focus on winning or just being profitable at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you're going to have some profit at least, and then it's going to have a snowball effect throughout the month. So yeah, because my profits have added up like crazy. So like for my, let's see, so for my day, the day so far, I'm up 21,170 for the week. I'm up 2495, 9,300, 16,400, 16,500, 153, 1530, 2670, 7946, 7946. Total profit of 64,787 for the week. That's crazy. So 21,000 for the day, 64,000 for the week. But that's across all my accounts. So just keep that in mind. It's not just one account. Obviously you'll see some people who lock in like 100K on one account. I'm not that guy. I'll probably do it across all my accounts, not one account. But that's pretty much where I'm at with my copier. So pretty decent week so far. And I didn't even take that many trades. I took maybe like 4 trades this week, right? I took like maybe 4 or 5 trades. So basically if you equate it to like 1 trade a day, but they're all pretty much wins. Here we go with the high-low scalp V2. Looks like it's about to hit full TP. Kenny's asking, are you still trading HeroFX? No, they're not working right now. So unfortunately, I'm not on HeroFX anymore. I'm trading with the hedge account, which is on IG. I mean, not IG, what's it called? IC markets. Full TP right there, guys. So nice work. If anybody caught the high-low scalp V2, another full TP right there. I didn't take it, so I'm not going to count it, but I did mark it up for you guys. So whoever wanted to take it or caught it, great work right there if you guys hold on to it. Yeah, I mean, it's been a great week, guys. Every trade has been pretty much hitting every day this week. It's been a smooth week. The volatility has been pretty decent, pretty high. This is the market that we want, right? So moving forward, I think from now up until maybe next summer, the market should be volatile like this. If it stays volatile like this, then all the entries are gonna be pretty smooth. So yeah, pretty solid right here, guys. So this is pretty good. There's no other entries here at the moment. That's pretty much it for now. There might be another high-low scalp coming up, but we'll follow it. So if you guys took the trade there, full TP, and we'll continue looking for any other possible entries here. I don't think there's any other entries that are setting up right now. Let me check if there's any more news for today. No, there's no news until 9 o'clock. Let's see. Maria said, I want to wish you all a happy holiday season. I'm going to take a break for family health issues. I wish you all every success and a lot of dollars. I want to deeply thank all those people who have shared their wisdom with me, especially Sean. Hope to see you in 24. Yeah, definitely, Maria. So we'll see you back here next year. You know, enjoy your holidays and your time off with your family and come back fresh. You know, I think that might be a good thing for you too, because sometimes people just need to take a step back, live life, and then come back fresh, ready to learn. So definitely, Maria, we'll see you back here next year. See, William said, it's a lot of fun here. Have to say, just a lot of fun and money. Yeah, no, definitely, William. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here, guys. As long as you guys like stick to the analysis, I feel like the only reason people kind of mess up is they kind of go off on their own and they do their own thing. Or they don't just follow the analysis, right? Because I'll lead you guys towards good entries. It's just being patient and waiting for them to come, because these good entries don't come every day, right? There's gonna be some days where it's just a flat market, but this whole week's been pretty good, I think, for everybody. Yeah, Craig said he's a big victim of this, thinking I can do it on my own. The thing is, you guys can do it on your own, but baby steps, right? Don't just hop into it and try to do your own thing right away. Try to use my knowledge and my analysis here to help you with your trading. And then, of course, you can make your own decisions based off the analysis. So, all right, guys, there's no other entries right now. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. There's just not much for us to take here at the moment. Price is breaking out of the structure here. So there's probably going to be new structure above there, but it's not ready yet. So, and there's no other liquidity here. Yeah, there's no other liquidity anywhere near where price is currently at, because price is at the all-time high, or it's almost at the all-time high. So there's not going to be any liquidity up top, at least not yet. There's no sell signal, so we can't get any momentum pullback scalps. The only thing that you can possibly look for would be a high-low scalp V2, but if this candle doesn't come back down, then this high here is no longer going to be useful or valid because it's already hit. Daniel said momentum pullback scalp. None of the other candles filled on this momentum. Actually, or I think, no, you're right. Actually, so there is still a momentum pullback scalp that can come up here. So this pushed up, this pulled down, never filled right here. So there may be a momentum pullback scalp at this level if you guys are looking to take it. I personally wouldn't, because I think price is a little overextended. It's like 700 pips, so it's kind of due for retracement. But if you guys are looking for it, it would happen right here at the 30 mark. So 36,630, if anybody's looking to get into this here for a momentum pullback scalp, we'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it. I think it's a little too, in my opinion, I think it's a little risky. I think a lot of stuff is a little risky right now because whenever you get a bullish push like that, it's probably gonna have to retrace down a little bit, or the volatility is going to die down super flat. You can see the ATR starting to drop a little bit. So the ATR down here initially was at like 19 and went down to 18, 17, now it's at 16. Yeah, we'll see where this goes from here. I mean, the volatility is still decent. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. So again, if you guys are looking to take the entry here for the momentum pullback scalp, so there's now a pending sell signal. At this point, I for sure would probably not recommend taking it. Once you guys start to see that pending sell signal, it's like, all right, I probably shouldn't take it because it's probably gonna reverse on me. So again, if you guys want to take it, it's there. It's now filled if you guys are taking it. But once I get the sell signal there, I typically just change my mind and don't take it. But it looks like it might just hit TP real quick before it does come down. It's rejecting directly off the pivots right here. So I think depending on how this candle closes, because if it does close with the sell signal here, you're technically supposed to close for a small loss. If you're following the strategy as it's supposed to be applied, you're supposed to take it for a small loss there. It'd be like a 10 point, like a 1 point loss, nothing crazy. But yeah, this is definitely a note for me. Once I start to see the pending signal, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to take this because it's going to start to get messy here. Yeah, so technically you're supposed to pull out here for a small loss if you're in the position. I mean, if you want to hold on to it, everybody does things a little differently. For my strategy, you're supposed to pull out, but for some people, they want to hold on to it because they think price is going to correct back up. In my opinion, I think price will probably correct back up. I'd probably look for the green candle here. If this closes with a green candle, then it's probably going to pull back up. If it closes with a red candle, then you're going to be in some trouble because it's probably going to retrace back down further. This is a V3 continuation setup. So if it does close red, it's probably going to drop a little bit. If it closes green, it's probably going to continue back up. So I think this is like the key factor here. Whenever you guys get a momentum signal, look at the next candle, right? So you can see over here, the candle was a buy signal. We had a red candle. It came down a little bit, right? Right here, we had a red candle. It was a red signal with a red candle. It came down, right? Green buy signal, green candle, push to the upside. Red sell signal, green candle, total reversal. So use that as a confluence. That's the V3 continuation strategy. So we got a red candle there. It's probably going to come down a little bit. Might not come down a lot, but it's probably going to come down at least like 100 pips. I wouldn't take it, but just for visualization purposes, it'll probably come down a little bit. Let me see if I get like right here. That's probably how far it'll come down. Or it might just full on reverse here. Yeah, and then right here, also a possible V1 variation coming up. Let's take a look at the other time frames. I think everything is bullish right now. Yeah, 1, 5, 10, all bullish. 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, all bullish. Retail sentiment's up again. It's at 79. So this thing might push up further. Yeah, Barack said if I get a green candle on the current candle, he's buying. I would probably wait for 2 green candles. If you get a second green candle right here on this next one, it'll probably continue climbing up higher. Because then that's going to be like what we were talking about before. If you guys remember before, we called that the momentum counter scalp continuation. There's 2 continuations that we were kind of looking at. And they actually do work pretty well. I think you just have to trade in the direction of the trend or something like that. But the continuation, it should probably be in the direction of the trend or the market. Because I mean it works, but it's a case by case basis. All right, so there's not really too much going on here. As you guys can see, price is just going sideways now. It's pretty much how we anticipated earlier. So it's getting closer to 730. You guys can see the ATR is now super low. It's currently at 14 now. So it went from 19 to 18 to 16 to 15, now 14. So the ATR is super low. We might just get a sideways market from now until 8 o'clock. So guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. Yeah, we had a great week, guys. So I'm going to take a screenshot of my profits as we continue along with the session. But if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat, and then I'll answer whatever questions you guys have. Yeah, it's been pretty solid. So for the day so far. what was the first day of this week? First day of this week was the 4th. All right, I'm just looking back. There's no entries here. Just want to check real quick before I get kind of stuck on drawing out my profits. But the ATR is pretty low right now. It's below 15. And it looks like price is pretty much just ranging now at this moment. That low is another structure right here. All right, so we'll keep it at the clean chart right here as I take screenshots of my profits for the week. So I'll take my I'll take it for the week here. $2,800. I don't think I took any trades on Monday, right, guys? Let me see. Yeah, I didn't. I was like confused for a second. I was looking at my profits like this doesn't make sense, but I didn't take any trades on that specific day. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week, guys. Just looking at my accounts here. It's been pretty solid. Funded engineer number 2. All right, so as you guys can see, price is pretty much just ranging right here now, guys. It's ranging between this resistance and the support. So there's not too much here to cover. If there's anything that you guys want me to cover specifically, just let me know. If you guys haven't seen the mentoring session from this week, I highly recommend you guys go review it. That mentoring session covered pretty much everything we've been doing. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be recording new videos for the new stuff that we're kind of doing, just like the small variations to the strategies that we're already applying. And just a heads up, next week I'm going to be on vacation, guys. I'll be in Hawaii, so I'll still be trading with you guys, but it's like a 3-hour difference over there. So I'll be up super early, like at 3 a.m. to trade with you guys every morning. So I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there for the rest of the week. So no mentoring session next week, of course. And I'll be limited to answering questions if you guys have anything that you guys need. So just a heads up, but I will be trading with you guys while I'm out there. I never take days off. I don't take any breaks, even if I'm on vacation. I've always got money on my mind, right? So I'm looking to make money. And yeah, that's pretty much, what's going to happen next week. Nothing changes. I'm just going to be up super early. And my background will probably look different. It'll probably look different, of course. And then also I'll be on my laptop, so it's just gonna be a little different. That's what I hate. I hate trading on my laptop. I need to make sure everything works before I head out. Yeah, Andrew said it sucks trading on it. Yeah, because I have a smaller screen. I would ship out my computer, but it just doesn't make sense for me to ship out my computer for like a week. If I was out there for like a month or so, then I would ship it out, but I'll just have to work with what I got. Usually my trading's pretty good when I'm on vacation though, because I'm typically looking to I typically would do well. So yeah, during the, if you guys remember trading with me when I was in Hawaii last year, we actually did pretty good. We killed it. I mean, every time I was like going on vacation almost every month last year, and we did pretty good every single time. So I'm hoping it's the same case again this trip. Anyways, I got all my profits here marked up. Let me post some. Let's check the charts real quick before I do this. So there's still nothing here, guys. As you can see, there's no momentum pullback scalps. We currently have a sell signal. In order for us to get a momentum pullback scalp, we need to get a buy signal here. We need price to push up, retrace, and continue. We don't have that yet. ATR is pretty low. It's currently at 12. It's doing exactly what we anticipated. I mentioned once we get closer to 730, the ATR gets super low. So it's currently at 12 right now, and price is likely to just keep going sideways for the next 30 minutes. So I don't really look to take anything else after 730. If there's any question that you guys have, feel free to pop in the chat. There's no high-low scalps here. Looking at the clean chart over here, price is pretty much just ranging. And lastly, over here on our liquidity, there's no liquidity up here. So we don't really have any entries coming up anytime soon, unless you guys are looking for like a V1 variation or something like that. But let me go ahead and post some of my profits real quick. Dang, it's crazy. It's crazy because I haven't seen my account like this in a while. So just seeing all these, well, actually, no, we had a pretty good week the other week too, a couple weeks ago. I think the last time we had a pretty good week was it last week? No. It was like the week before that. Yeah, like last week of November, we had a pretty good week too. So I mean, it hasn't been that long, but you guys will see my profits here. It's pretty much added up exponentially. So okay, here's my individual accounts. So here's my funded engineer. So this is a trade that I don't know how the loss happened on that day, but I locked in 2,495 for the week for my funded engineer, 917 for the day. So that's my funded engineer account. First one, here's my FTMO, all wins for the week from December 4th up until today, December 8th. So this is 1 week of trading, total profit of 9,300 for the week, 2,800 for the day. This is my first FTMO. Here's my second FTMO. I locked in all wins here as well. You can see the green strips. This is my main account where I do all my trading. Total profit of 16,400 for the week and 5,060 for the day. That's my second FTMO. My third FTMO, same thing, all wins here. Total profit of 16,500 for the week. Total profit of 5,560 for the day. And this isn't for me to show off to you guys. This is to show you guys consistency, right? I took only A+ trades. I took great trades and I had all wins for some pretty good profits. So I just want to show you guys that it's possible. You don't typically see a lot of people post like all their trades like this for the week, right? You'll see people just post trades for the day and they'll have losses here and there. But I just want to show you guys that, if you guys stay consistent for an entire week, you can have all wins. It's possible. It's not impossible. Like you'll see people do this for a day. Like you'll see a day and people will have like 10 or 20 trades, right? But look at their trades for the week. You'll see have a bunch of losses and they don't really have this consistency for a week. I've only taken, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I took 7 trades this week, all wins. So I just want to show you guys that it's possible and that you guys can do this as long as you guys stick to what we do on the live session. This is my second funded engineer account, total profit of 1,530 for the week, 652 for the day. This is my personal account, total profit of 2,670 for the week, total profit of 825 for the day. My personal. Here's my TFF, locked in 7,946 for the week, 2,700 for the day. And my second TFF, same thing, 7,900 for the week, 2,700 for the day. So those are all my profits for the day and the week so far, guys. It's just consistency. All the trades that we marked up here and that we've taken during this live session, I've done it all live with you guys, analyzed it, taken the trade, showed you guys profits. And this here is to show you that I don't take anything outside the live session, right? Everything I take is during the live session. You guys can see I set it to just December 4th. I took no trades on December 4th. This is Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today. Took one trade today, one trade Thursday, 2 trades on, or 3 trades on Wednesday, and then 2 trades on Tuesday. That's about it. I didn't take any trades in the afternoon. Nothing during Asia, nothing during London. I just stick to this session. And that's about it. So, all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I know it's only 7:36, but I'm not really expecting too much to happen here. So if there's anything that you guys want me to cover, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap this up sometime soon. I don't really see any other entries coming up here. The momentum counterscalp played out pretty nice, though. I'm sorry, not the momentum counterscalp, the V3 variation continuation, or V3 breakout V3 continuation. We got so many strategies and getting the names mixed up. But yeah, Camo, if you see the sell over here that you were looking at, I forgot who mentioned it, but someone said, I think it was Camo. He said if this here closes with a red candle, it's probably going to correct back and fill this gap right here, right? And that's exactly what happened. You got the sell signal followed by a red candle, and now it's filling this whole area right here from that news candle earlier. So target price point for this is going to be the sessions right there. So this is it's a good indication as to where momentum is going, guys. If you guys see a momentum signal and then you see it followed by a candle that's the same color, odds of it continuing in that direction are very likely. And if you have some sort of area here to look at, you already know where price is going to push to. You don't even need this, actually. You can just look at the horizontal lines, right? Look at where the red flags are. That's typically where price is looking to reach, which is generally going to be like the session high or session low of the previous session. All right, Maddie, we'll see you back here on Monday, man. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Camo said, yeah, he didn't stay in it. He was in profit. He was in and out in profit, so he got out with a small profit. Yeah, it's all good. I would have done the same thing, Camo, because the volatility was so low that you couldn't really tell what was going to happen next, right? So yeah, the strategy works good when the volatility is high because you kind of get pushed in that direction super quickly. But on other days, you're just going to have, or other times, really, it's not other days, it's other times, you're going to be seeing this go sideways quite a bit. Kenny's asking where you're staying in Hawaii. I'll be staying in Waikiki on Oahu in downtown, Kenny. I'll be going back and forth, though, because I have family staying at the Disney Hotel at Aluani. So I'll be out there on the west side for a couple of days, and then I'll be in downtown majority of the time. So I'll be, if you're in Hawaii, Kenny, I know you're traveling everywhere. Okay, gotcha. You're planning a trip for next year. Nice. Yeah, I think Waikiki is a good area to go if you're looking for like tourism. It's like a tourism area. Stay like near the beach. Yeah, Alan said close Apex, has 3 accounts, and have done well with you. Yeah, definitely, Alan. Glad to hear. No drunk trading. Yeah, I can't pull the Drew. I remember Drew, you messaged me that day. Yeah, no drunk trading for sure. Yeah, Brock said he's done for the day. Yeah, it looks like majority of you guys are done for the day. Vince took the V1 at 728. Should have waited for the retracement. 28. Oh, this one right here. Yeah, it's all good, Vince. I mean, it was a V1 variation. The only problem is that this was super overextended, like we were talking about earlier. So we were kind of expecting it to turn the other way. I mean, it's all good. It's just a risky area to trade from here. Yeah. So it's all good, Vince. He'll bounce back from it. Craig said done for the year, got 2 payouts coming, and that will be the good reset for the start of the next year. Yeah, no, definitely, Craig. So yeah, if you guys are, well, I mean, I'll be trading every day, even while on vacation next week. So if you guys want to keep trading, I'll be here, same place, same time. But if you guys want to take a break, there's no problem with taking a break during the holidays. If you guys want to continue attending the live sessions, feel free to do that. I think that's probably the best option. You don't need to trade, but I'd recommend to stay on the live sessions to keep up with like what's going on. even if it's just watching the replays or coming in for a few minutes, because the market's going to be changing from now until January. So just keep that in mind. There's going to be a lot of changes. I think volatility will pick up, but we'll see. Yeah, Craig said A++ trade. I may enter. Yeah, no, definitely. It's the only time you should enter. All right, guys. So it's 7:40 right now. It's a little early, but the ATR is kind of dead right now. And you can see the market's not really doing too much. So I'm not expecting much to happen from now until 8 o'clock. Typically, I don't trade after 7:30 because the volatility dies down. You can see the ATR has been down below 15 for like the past, 20 minutes now. It's been at like 14, 13, down to even 11, where it's not really worth trading. And you can see right here, prices going back and forth. So what I'd recommend, guys, is just, wrap up today, enjoy your weekend. It's NFP. There's no need to force any trades, especially today, because it's NFP. I think it's about time for people to just wrap it up and call it a week. There's a green buy signal right here. So I guess I could hang out for a little bit longer. We'll just see how the next candle closes. So if this here closes with the buy signal, I'll hang out for like about a minute or so to see if the next candle closes with a green candle. But if not, this buy signal is probably going to be pending for like the next 10 minutes. It's going to show up, disappear, show up, disappear, show up, disappear until 8 o'clock. And then it'll probably finally move. But it's it's a little tricky. Now see, Kenny said, oh nice, I was thinking about staying there. Heard it's a good tourist spot, probably the best spot for nightlife. Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking for nightlife in Hawaii, Kenny, definitely Waikiki. That's like the only island that has like, nightlife. It's kind of like a small LA, it's like San Diego basically. So you know how we used to live in SD in downtown? It's pretty similar to that. So just stay in Waikiki for like a couple days or like a day, and then go over to like Maui. All the islands are like very different. So it depends on what you're looking for. But yeah, you should definitely island hop. It's not going to be cheap, but it's not like island hopping in Asia where it's like super cheap. It's kind of expensive actually to go from like all the islands in, because it's an American country, so you're paying American dollar, of course. But yeah, I would definitely spend the bulk of your time in Waikiki. And then, I mean, if you feel comfortable going to Maui, I don't feel comfortable going to Maui yet, so I don't feel like going there because after the fire. But they're tourism states. They do need the tourism money. So probably visit Maui for a little bit and check the other ones out. But all right, guys, I think that's about it for now. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Andrew said definitely recommend it, North Shore. Yeah. So the cool thing about Waikiki or Oahu in general, Kenny, is that you can go to downtown and then you can just drive up to North Shore, whereas like the local area. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm staying in downtown, but I rented a Jeep, so I'll be driving to the west side to go to the Disney Hotel. And then I'll be going North Shore as well to get like, more local food and like emptier beaches. I'm going in the winter though, so it's not going to be as busy, but weather's still nice. Yeah, decent Mai Tais bar mooses, just follow where all the military people go. Kenny will probably fit right in. Decent, just follow where all the military people go. Kenny could fit the image, buff American guy walking around. Yeah, D said Maui's nice, bro. Yes, a lot of the like the nice area to check out in Maui got burned down. So I'll probably visit Maui maybe next year, or maybe I'll visit it for a day this year. I'm only staying in Hawaii for about a week, so I don't like being on vacation for too long. Kind of throws me out of my rhythm. But yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. If there's any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I think I'm leaving for Hawaii like on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll be here in my office on Monday trading, probably Tuesday. I got to check my flight details, but we'll still be trading pretty much every day next week, even while on the vacation. Can you see that's the first question people usually ask me, are you in the Navy? I know, especially being in San Diego, it's like, are you in the Navy or are you in the Marines? One or the other. They used to ask me that too at the 24 in downtown we used to work out at. It's funny. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the day. Guys, have a great weekend. We had an amazing week this week. As you guys can see from my profit that I posted up, we did amazing for the day so far, up 21,000 for the week, 64,000, which is pretty insane. That's across all my accounts, though. It's not just one account. So again, if you have a copy or you have multiple accounts, they'll add up over time. But all right, guys. So that's gonna be out. That's gonna be it for the week. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here on Monday for Market Open.